The worst kind of fats for you, the one that you should never ever eat, are man made fats. Now, isn't that interesting? Because it kind of follows our principle that if nature made it, eat it, if man made it, don't. And most of you probably knew this, but they're called trans fats. So here's a little bit of their backstory. Years ago, we thought that saturated fat was contributing to heart disease. We thought that it was the major cause of heart disease. So scientists got smart and they made an unsaturated fat, which is heart healthy fats, called trans fat. Or so we thought it was heart healthy then. So they put that in a tub of margarine, those trans fats, those man-made fats, so that that could be used instead of butter, which is saturated fat. Now, trans fats you're also going to find in snack crackers, a lot of things that line the shelves of the store, because they help extend a product's shelf life. So they're very useful for companies in that way. But what we found years later are that those trans fats are worse for us than saturated fat ever was, because they do a double negative on cholesterol. Trans fats not only raise your bad cholesterol, but they also lower your good cholesterol. So they're way worse for you than saturated fats ever were. So it's best to stay away from trans fats altogether. So you're going to find those on the back of the label. Underneath total fat, there's a line for trans fats. Usually that's going to say 0. Because the rule goes that if companies have zero point 0.5 grams or less per serving trans fat in that product, they can claim that as a big fat 0. But that doesn't mean there's not trans fats in it. Go down to the ingredients list, which we called the source of truth. That's where you're going to find the real story about what you're putting in your body. So look at the ingredients list. If any of those words say partially hydrogenated oil of any kind, that's code for trans fat. So it's best to stay away from trans fats altogether and instead go with nature-made fats, which you know I champion eating fat. I think we need it, especially those fats from plants, from fruits, vegetables, and seafood. Those are the best ones we need to be eating. So there's your story on the kind of fat that we should never eat. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's health tip.